Hello and welcome to my channel where we make structural engineering design simple and easy. My name is Olodu Konyedi and I'm your host. I want to say big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be glad to send you video once we post. So today we'll be talking about a question asked by one of our subscriber. He said on the video we did about the slab reinforcement, he was asking if there's no column from the architect, how do I do it? So that is what we'll be talking about today. So this is typically what an architect will send to a structural engineer. At times, they may not be even an axis line. It will just come without an axis line. So it is your own responsibility to create your axis line first, but this one, the architect has given us the axis line. So, but what you do, if you look at the axis line, make sure they tally together. And as I'm looking at what the architect has done, I'm seeing A, B, C. This is the first floor. But on this ground floor is not, it looks like, if you see the distance, you see A, B, C, which means the grid line is not correct. So if you look at the distance, the length of that building on this ground floor is 8.6, but on the first floor it is 10.2. So meaning this this distance or the grid line is not correct. So in a situation where you find yourself, what I would advise you to do is to look at the staircase area. So because staircase from ground floor must always align with the staircase from going to first floor. So what we'll do is on this grid line, I may change this grid line. Let me see. I may change this grid line. If I change the grid line, then it's so that I know what I'm doing. So we can change it to green also. So if you look at it, this is J and this is H. So what I will basically do is, let me take this out. Let me delete it. And I come here. Or okay, let me do something. I may take this out. So it depends so that both grid lines tallies. If I take that out and I come here, so this is what I will be having. This is what I will be having. So with this now, even the way I'm looking at the way I'm looking at this, the architect did not do very good work, but you understand what I'm trying to do. So with this now, we know we can now trace out. It's just matter of tracing out. This is 1 and this is 9. This is 1 and this is 9. So if you look carefully on this ground floor, you see that the 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 building cantilevered out. So you should be very careful how you throw your work. So same process that we did for the vertical, let's do same for horizontal, the staircase. So you must look at your staircase and use your staircase to do whatever you want to do so that it must tally. When it tallies, you have little or no issue. Little or no issue. So that is what we are trying to do. So this is the process you do before adding your column so that your column does not come out from the rooms. So as much as possible, what we are trying to do is to hide our columns inside our wall as much as possible. We have to hide our columns inside our wall. So all these grid lines I'm doing is for it to help me know, okay, we are having 4 here on ground floor and we are having what here, 4 here, which is still okay. So 4 4, then 1 and 2, I think there's an issue in this 1 and 2. So what we do, same process. So all these are just the initials of determining your beam, where your beam will be, where your columns will be, and things like that. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. So just give it some time. Okay, we get it. We'll come here and replace. So with this, we know this is where if you come here now, let's change this so that we can identify the colors. From here. So this is, so if we put our columns here, it has to terminate on this floor. So with this now, we can determine, okay, we are having here, let's change this to, so if you look carefully, you see the shift here. There's a shift here. So these are, if you are if you know the architect, you can either call the architect that, see, there's an issue here, how do we solve it? And with that, you should be able to take care of this. So you should be able to take care of this. So, but if I am to do this, I will have to move this a bit inside. Otherwise, we'll have a lot of issues. You have a lot of issues because if you do this dimension, it will be less than the door. It will be less than the door. So this is how. But going forward, let me just explain. Going forward, what we do is we create a column by taking polyline. The wall is 225, so we say 225, 225, draw 225, 225, and enter. Good. So what you do now is to draw your center line. Center line. Most time you change colors so that you can identify what you are doing. So if we change this to blue, we can easily copy and place it inside. Okay, here we can place here. So like what I was trying to say is, whenever I'm doing my beams or my column, I try to make them at least between 3 meter. If you look here, this is 3.3 meter and it's falling to this area. So the most we could do here, what I would do here is, I may not be able to put column at H, but I will look at the next. If I look at the next floor, if it can go in. So like what I said, if you look, this span, if we're putting from here to here, this is about 5.375 meters. But typically I don't let my slab this large. Different people has different opinion, but what I choose to do is, I may choose to break it at where there are walls here. So if we break it at this point here, that's where I will put my column. I can move it to this point and it gives me 3.987, which is close to 4 meter, but not that much. So I can comfortably put my column here, another column here, another column here, and another column here. So same principle. Same principle. I could take this thing here, same principle. Same principle. I could put here. So where there are walls where I can hide the columns, that's where I will keep them. Where I can hide them, that's where I will keep them. So I think I can stop this video here, but I hope you understood what I was trying to say. So this is how you typically arrange your columns, and you can now start from your column. You can now start creating your beams, from your beams to your um, from your beams to your slab and every other thing. So I hope this video was helpful, or if you still have question, please feel free to uh, drop your message and we'll be glad to respond to you. So until I come again next time, I say remain blessed, and if you're here to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thanks. Bye.